Okay, so for those of you who heard my last story about Lane, you know something about my shenanigans, all the shenanigans that happened on my 2000 Israel trip. Well, now I'm going to give you one more. Back then, Israel was more dangerous than it is now, and groups like mine were required to have like an armed guard, or maybe not required, but it was just better that we had one, so they hired one. And we had this guy, he was an armed medic. His name was Ram Ben Zion, Benzi for short. And Benzi was about the baddest human being, scariest motherfucker I've ever met. Like, this guy was like the size of an NFL lineman. He looked terrifying. He's just extremely intimidating guy. And he was really nice and really cool. But obviously you pissed him off, he could kill you like you're nothing. And like most Israelis, he's totally non PC. He has no filter. He doesn't give a shit what anyone thinks. And like 98% of Israelis at the time, he was a smoker. You know, back then you could smoke anywhere in Israel, in a restaurant, in the mall, in the airport, anywhere you wanted. No one cared. And he's smoking a cigarette one day, and some girl in our group goes, Benzi, you know that cigarettes can give you lung cancer, right? And he proceeds to take a huge drag, blow the smoke right in this girl's face, and go, Good, I hope you'll die. I swear to God. Like, this guy was a trip. And I had no idea how much of a badass he truly was until the day they decided to have a wrestling match between him and this kid in the group named Mark Wax. And Mark was no pussy. This kid was like 6'4" or 6'5", over 200 pounds. Like, this is the kid that's used to being one of the baddest guys in the room, right? He's not used to getting his ass kicked. Well, not only does he get his ass kicked, but Benzi proceeds to throw this 6'5" kid around like he's a child. I mean, Mark didn't stand a chance. And at one point, he wrestles Mark to the ground, puts him in a headlock. Now he's only using one arm. And then he proceeds, while they're both on the ground, he proceeds to light up a cigarette, smoke it with his other hand, while taunting Mark and talking shit to him. Like, he would literally take a drag. So, you want to quit? Or you want to keep going? You know, if you want to quit, Mark, we can quit. And of course, like, what the fuck do you say to that? I mean, like, Mark had nothing. He was at a loss for words. And he's like, we can quit. Come on, just give me the world. And we're all standing there watching this like, what the fuck? I had no idea anyone could do this. I had no idea you could throw around someone as big as Mark with one fucking arm while smoking a cigarette. I mean, you can't make this shit up. Seriously. 19 years later, it still amazes me to think about. And fast forward like 2012, 2013, I find out Benzi is living in the U.S., in Baltimore of all places. Could you imagine that guy in the hood in Baltimore? Just walking around the street. It'd be like Omar Little from The Wire. Like, yeah, yo, that nigga Benzi coming, yo, run. Benzi coming. But unlike Omar, I don't think Benzi would even need a gun. I think they would just see him, gun or no gun, and they'd all just drop their shit and run. Like, he was that scary. But, yeah. That's the story of the great Benzi. Wow.